Hello everybody, it's me, your good friend Sparky, and welcome to Kirby's Dreamland! Just kind of a miniature in-between larger project that I wanted to put together for a few different reasons, actually. For one, I'm in a bit of a Kirby mood, thanks to watching lots of Kirby videos on my friend Kat's channel. Two, I've been meaning to get some Kirby content up on my channel for a while now, and this just kinda seemed like the natural starting point. Classic Kirby's Dreamland for the Game Boy. Obviously being played on Switch Online here, but it is the original Game Boy game nonetheless. And three, I wanted to do kind of a more edited together project that I haven't really been doing lately. And I just wanted to get kind of some practice in to kind of shake off the rust on my editing skills. I haven't really done anything, like, structured, edited-wise, as far as, like, a bigger project since Pikmin 2 last year, so it's been a good few months, honestly. And I wanted to get some practice in for a particular tournament that's going to be happening here within the next couple of months. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I hope you're looking forward to that, because I absolutely am. And you know what? The pieces all just kind of fell into place, and this seemed like the perfect opportunity to finally do this Kirby's Dreamland project that I wanted to put together, actually for a while now. I've had the idea for this, and this seemed like the right time. I had some time, I recorded all the footage today, and I wanted to put together this project. This is being recorded post-commentary, not live commentary, just cause, you know, practice when editing videos together and getting sounding right and things like that. I needed to do this for the future, for the sake of the future. It makes it sound way important than it is, but it's fine, because Kirby is important. Look at him. Little pink, adorable puffball. Kirby's got all his classic moves here, the sucking things up and spitting them out, his floating through the air with the greatest of ease. But other than that, Kirby doesn't really have a heck of a lot going on for him in the very first Kirby game. There's no copy abilities in Kirby's Dreamland. Kirby doesn't have his, like, little slide maneuver he can do by ducking and pushing the jump button that he can do in a lot of different games. And, I don't even think Kirby can run in this game, actually. I tried a few times, just by, like, double tapping the, walk button. But regardless of how much I tried, Kirby seemed perfectly content to just leisurely proceed through his very first game at his own pace, which is totally fine. And speaking of the pace of things, did I mention that this game is incredibly short? Because we're already up to the first boss at the end of the first stage. And of course, the classic first boss of nearly every Kirby game is some kind of variation on good old Wispy Woods, who, because of the way the sprites work in this sort of Game Boy Color version of the game, he kind of looks like he has pink eye and something smeared all over his mouth. He could probably use a napkin and some ointment. But just like that, Wispy is down. Not too difficult, but he's not meant to be difficult. But rather than just play regular old Kirby's Dreamland, I wanted to combine this particular little project with something special. In the Super Nintendo game Kirby Super Star, there is a game mode called Spring Breeze. If you're not super familiar with how Kirby Super Star works, it's made up of a lot of different smaller games combined together in one package. And Spring Breeze is one of them. And Spring Breeze also happens to be pretty much a remake of Kirby's Dreamland, so I wanted to kind of play them together to sort of show and compare and contrast the two games. Help! All the food from Dreamland has been stolen! Hurry, Kirby!
Or everyone will starve.
Pretty high stakes for a kid's game. Win or everyone starves to death. It's pretty brutal when you think about it. There's trouble in Dreamland. King Dedede and his soldiers have stolen all the food in Dreamland. All of it. Here comes our hero Kirby, riding in on the Spring Breeze. Let the adventure begin! For the second time, even. And yeah, that is pretty much the exact plot of Kirby's Dreamland. King Dedede has stolen all the food and you have to get it back. And even if you say you don't want an explanation of the copy ability, it tells you it anyway. Which is kind of annoying, but okay. Speaking of the copy ability, though, and Kirby Super Star's notable feature of creating partner characters that are controlled by the CPU, or second player, if you're playing with someone else, I decided that on my little romp through Spring Breeze, I didn't want to use copy abilities, or partner characters. I was just going to go about it the same way you would in the classic Kirby's Dreamland. And you know what? It honestly works out pretty well. I guess to sort of compensate for the different crazy copy abilities that Kirby has, his regular tactics, his classic tactics of grabbing enemies and spitting them out at people, actually seems to do a lot more effective damage than it does in the classic Kirby's Dreamland, which we will see here in just a moment. Because much like in the first game, we have our little mini boss fight here with Poppy Brothers Sr. And while he went down in 3 hits in Kirby's Dreamland, he goes down in 2 hits in Kirby Super Star here in Spring Breeze. Overall, that kind of seems to be a theme with Spring Breeze, because they have pretty much significantly shortened the game to sort of fit it in with the chunk of other games that they included as a total package in Kirby Super Star, which, weirdly enough, I don't think was necessary. Kirby's Dreamland as a whole, if you're kind of rushing through it, you can complete that game in about a half an hour. It is not a very long game. So, shortening it even further kinda seems unnecessary, but I guess to just sort of keep the pace of smaller games all combined into one for Kirby Super Star, they decided to cut down on things. Speaking of which, we're already at Wispy Woods. So yeah, that was probably a lot shorter than the Kirby's Dreamland level, which is definitely saying something. But much like in that game, you have to wait for Wispy to give you apples to toss in his direction. And unlike in Kirby's Dreamland, instead of going down in 6 hits, he goes down in 3. But that's going to wrap it up for this very first video, I think. Wispy Woods is down yet again, and Kirby dances. So thank you very much for watching. This is your good friend Sparky signing off for now, and I'll catch you later.